On our fourth full day on the Big Island, we toured the Pu'ukohola Heiau National Historic Site, Pololū Valley Lookout, and ended it with the Mauna Kea Luau at Mauna Kea Beach Hotel. We started our day with a breakfast buffet. The birds really seemed to like this one woman's food. I really liked the myna birds that were sitting atop her umbrella. Our first stop of the morning was the Pu'ukohola Heiau National Historic Site. This site preserves the ruins of the last major ancient Hawaiian temple and other historic sites. This is a 0.7-mile loop trail. Here we are at Pu'ukohola Heiau National Historic Site on the Big Island. The Visitors Center had a nice 3D map of the historic site, showing the locations of the heiaus. From the trail just outside the Visitors Center, we had a great view of Pu'ukohola Heiau sitting atop Whale Hill. So that at the top of the hill is the Pu'ukohola Heiau. And we're going to take the hike up to there and take a look at it. And the area over here is John Young's homestead, who was a British sailor stranded on Hawaii. And I guess he was the one who helped Kamehameha. Pu'ukohola Heiau means Temple on the Hill of the Whale. The next stop was a view of Mailekini Heiau. Mailekini Heiau was a temple used before the time of Kamehameha. In the early 1800s, Kamehameha converted Mailekini Heiau into a fort, placing up to 21 cannons on the front walls. So this is the remains of Mailekini Heiau, which was a temple before Kamehameha built Pu'ukohola. We now made our way to Pu'ukohola Heiau. According to a prophecy told by Kapu'ukahi, a famous seer, if Kamehameha built a heiau on Pu'ukohola, the Hill of the Whale, and dedicated it to his war god, he would achieve his dream to rule all the islands in the Hawaiian chain. Work began in 1790. Kamehameha labored with the laborers. Only his brother was excused because he would preside over dedication rituals and had to remain ceremonially clean. To please the war god, the heiau had to be ritually perfect. Part of the ritual would be the sacrifice of his brother. By the summer of 1791, the heiau was complete. Soon Kamehameha ruled all the islands of Hawaii. This is a facsimile of an offering tower. And this is as far as we go up to Pu'ukohola Heiau. I guess there used to be a trail where you could go see a little bit more, but they closed it down. This is a lele, or offering tower. The sign in front of it asks people not to climb it. Entrance to Pu'ukohola Heiau is restricted to native Hawaiians for the purpose of performing rituals. We next walked along the entirety of the ruins of Mailekini Heiau. And This is more of the previous Heiau. About 1812, Kamehameha sent as many as 21 ship guns to be mounted on the foundations of Mailekini Heiau under the charge of John Young, his foreign advisor. These rocks were passed hand to hand over 30 miles, at least to build the upper. Mailekini Heiau was possibly a war or agricultural temple used by the ancestors of Kamehameha. Next was Pelekane, the site of the royal courtyard. The compound contained the royal residence as well as housing for other members of the royal court, as well as a royal fish pond. It was here at Pelekane where Kiowa, rival to Kamehameha, was killed in 1791, securing Hawaii for Kamehameha and initiating his takeover of all the Hawaiian Islands. And this is the site of Pelekane, which is a royal residence compound. It was at this site that Kamehameha II prepared for his role as king following his father's death in 1819. Here's some of the remains of that site where the royalty used to live. Pelekane also became a favorite landing spot for foreign ships, where Europeans seeking trade negotiations with the king were often hosted. In 1819, it is probable that, like Pu'ukohola, Heiau, the royal compound was abandoned with the abolition of the kapu, or sacred laws. Next was the overlook for Hale'okapuni Heiau. Submerged in the bay are the ruins of Hale'okapuni Heiau, a temple dedicated to shark deities. This is the Hale'okapuni Heiau, which submerged remains of the temple dedicated to the shark deity. The leaning post is down there, where the chief is thought to have leaned against as he watched sharks circle. The other Heiau is out there. It's submerged beneath the waters. And here's another picture of the leaning site. This is the Kikiakoi stone leaning post that the chief Alapa'i Kopolu Polu Mano is thought to have leaned against as he watched sharks circle about Hale'okapuni Heiau before they devoured offerings he had placed there. We next followed a part of the Ala Kahake National Historic Trail. Here is a view from the trail of the bay where the Shark Temple is located. And that's where the Shark Temple is, underwater, somewhere around there.
I think it's that over there.
Oh no, it's closer to here.
based on the map. They do say you can see shark fins occasionally in here.
Here are views of Pu'ukohola, Heiau, and Mailekini, Heiau from the beach level. We next set off for the Pololū Valley lookout. The Pololū Trail is a 1 mile out and back trail. Unfortunately, parking was limited to 10 minutes at the lookout, and we did not see any other parking areas. We were also limited by time because we were going to be attending a luau that evening.
Here we are at the Pololū Historic Trail. Fortunately, we don't have enough time to hike. Just enough time for the 10-minute parking.
So steep.
The Pololū lookout gives you a magnificent view over Pololū Valley and the impressive sea cliffs that are slowly crumbling into the ocean.
And there's the valley. I don't know where the falls are around here.
The Pololū Valley is the northernmost of 7 valleys that are on the Pu'ukohola volcano. These valleys were formed by erosion from rainwater.
This is from the same outlook. It's a little bit different, so you can see one of the offshore islands sitting over there.
With our 10-minute allotted parking time over, we headed back to our hotel to prepare for the luau that evening.